Hello, Mr. Ryder. How's it going today? How is it going for you? Because I got a little video for you. The Occupational Prestige Ratings Research Project that you wanted me to do. And I did it. I gosh darn did it. And I'm about to give you some knowledge. So let's get right into it, right? Right? Let's get into it. Okay. So, first you want me to get this little points from everyone, and I did it, and then I went to a couple teachers, and I did that, and then I averaged it all up, and then I went to the books and got the national average from every single one, and you told me which ones were higher, which ones were significantly higher, which ones were significantly lower. Now, I had a total of 8 that were significantly higher than the national average, which were on nurse, which was at 81 compared to the 66. Pilot, which was at 75 compared to 61. Police officer, which was at 84.7 compared to 60. Firefighter, which was at 87 compared to 53. Electrician was at 71.3 compared to 51. Farmer, which was at 73.1 compared to 40. Sanitation worker at 57.6 compared to 28. And janitor at 57.5 compared to 22. And I think there is a little bit of an aspect that goes into every single one of these. Now, nurse, I feel like the reason why mine is so much higher is I only asked 10 people. And in general, you're going to have a lot of respect for nurses. And the highest national average, which is for a physician, which is really surprising in my opinion, and that being 86 for physician, and that is really high. But after that, it's lawyer at 75 and then nurse at 66. But that's a very lower down number, I feel like. And I feel like, in the sense, if you look at it, I feel like those numbers were brought down by a lot of votes. So I feel like the reason why mine is so much higher is I only asked 10 people. And 10 people, they gave me 80, 60, 90, 90, 86, 92, 96, 86, 72, and 65. And you can see that there is a lower number. So that every couple, there's a kind of a lower in the 60s, where I think that's what happened, is that every couple ones, it brings it down a little bit, and that some people just don't have respect for nurses out there. I asked the people that did, and in that sense. And then pilot was 75.7 to 61. And again, I think it was brought it down a little bit. But I think it's just like, I think people just understand now to respect your pilots. And that's what I think is the reason here. Police officer, 84.7 to 60. Again, like the police officer, people, we go to a private Catholic school, and this is going to get a little political, but it doesn't have to be if you think about it, where we are a more right-leaning school that does believe in Blue Lives Matter, I would say more than, yeah. So, they're going to respect police officers more than you would say kind of like a liberal base, where they don't respect the police officers as much. So this is, in my opinion, why it went so much higher. They kind of got a little more respect for the police officers. And then the same with the firefighter. I mean, it's not as much as the same. I think firefighter's more the same as... Firefighter actually a bit higher than police officer. And I think the reason more for firefighter is because firefighter... People just know... People just have respect for a firefighter. Like, their job is so hard. I am, in my opinion, really surprised that the national average is 53, because how could you not respect a firefighter? Electrician, 71.3, because an electrician is in generally a job that is hard, but a lot of parents do. Like probably a lot of these parents, a lot of these kids, they know someone, or a lot of these adults, they know someone who did it at our school. They know someone who is an electrician, or their parent, or their dad is an electrician, or their dad's friend's an electrician. So they know someone who probably done it, and they have respect for that person. That's what I think. I'm a farmer. Again, we live in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. There's farmers all around. So, again, people just have respect for those things. Sanitation worker, it's a hard job. It is a hard job, and people respect that it's a hard job and that it's a way to make money. And janitor, again, the exact same thing, and especially because we are in a school, so janitors are going to have more respect. You're going to respect, I respect every janitor. I 100% do. Okay. And then the other one is lower. And I had 1, 2, 3, 4. And I lower was lower because I couldn't find as many lower. So it was like 5 was like explicit. I was trying to find physician because I feel like the national average was way overblown in my opinion. I feel like people were just giving like 75.2 is kind of high on this list too. But, it was still given a lot of respect. Just not as much respect as what the national average was, and that's all I can say. Sociologist, because not many people know what a sociologist is, and that's why they didn't give it as much respect. Yeah. Actor, 50.7 to 60, because just the actors nowadays, they're always in the news, and people just don't care. That's the reason. And then mail carrier, because I don't think people care. I think people think it's a lousy job, that they really do nothing. So yeah, that's what I heard a lot, is that all they do is drive. So that was the reason why they rated it so low. So, what factors might have influenced the number each person assigned? I think the factors that influenced them were how hard the job is, how lousy the job is. Like, how can you, like, can I do this job, like, at any time? Or, like, can I do this job while I'm on my phone? Like, I feel like that. And really, if they know someone who is in it, and if they've experienced the job and not so much respect, they give it. And the last question here is, when you think of your future application, how much prestige is a factor? And I would say in a little bit, mine is sports commentator. And it's a factor to me, but as long as I'm making money, I'm making my money. So yeah, thank you, Mr. Ryder.